Hello, my name is Eric James, and I'll be presenting my group leading experience with you today. I want to start off by introducing the group that I decided to lead. It was a difficult decision, but in the end, I felt like it was one that I had experience with and something that was close to home for me, and I thought it was a good experience, and I'm glad that I did it. So, the first thing that I want to let you know about, obviously, per our instructions for the assignment, is the introduction as far as the key facts of my meeting, including the date, the time, etc. First of all, I want to let you know that it was an NA meeting, as we've discussed before. It was held in Rifle Beach, North Carolina. It's a region that is actually stricken by opiate use. It's a big deal here, and there's a lot of resources being put together to help combat this problem that we're facing within our community. So this is held on February 24th at 8 p.m. It's called the Driftwood Group of Narcotics Anonymous. Again, it's in Wilmington, North Carolina. We're actually Rifle Beach. It's held at Rifle Beach Methodist Church. It's 4 Live Oak Drive, Rifle Beach, North Carolina. And they had probably 40 people, give or take, within the meeting. These are all members that shared the concern of addiction, the concern of personal addiction use that's caused problems and issues within their own lives. And I have some information with that. My minor is in addictions and recovery. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss how denial can be the biggest hurdle and how the first step helps. Therefore, basically, it was a step meeting over and in regards to step 1, which is admitting that people are powerless over their addictions and that their lives have become unmanageable. With that being said, the only criteria was for those people wanting to move forward in their lives drug-free and to maybe get over some of the issues that they've had problems with in the past and make amends to other people within their lives. That's why they're there. That's why they're at this meeting. Okay, and so let's see here. What else we need? The nature and the purpose, which I've done. My prior role and involvement with this meeting is that I suffered with some substance use growing up at a younger age. I moved forward from that, found God, and things in my life have made a change for the better, and I'd like to share that with others, when I get a chance to. So the group dynamics and the content and process of this meeting were described as typical progression of an NA meeting. There was, a setup of the chairs and the circular formation that they chose to use for that meeting, and that I had some input in as well, so that I could make eye contact, so I could go around the room and figure out different things that I needed to do. The engagement within the group was good, as it typically is. There's people who are given different readings at the beginning of these meetings, and their input and their reading helped break the ice and open things up to where it wasn't completely on me. However, I did have to introduce, set the tone, set the rules, and move forward with this group. It seemed like they enjoyed me. There was lots of engagement. I showed different leadership skills as far as active listening, empathizing with others, nodding my head, making eye contact, and kept the flow of the group moving. And if there was a pause or a silence, then I would open up and introduce some thoughts that I had in my own that related to the topics, and asked if there was anyone else that could relate to that, and it kept things moving. It didn't stall, and I was reflective of my own experiences. I was able to link certain things that were talked about in this meeting with my own personal experiences in life, and therefore allowing others to feel comfortable to do the same. I don't feel like because I wasn't an active member of NA at all times that I was shown any less respect for that fact, knowing that the majority of the people in there knew that I did have a history and that I was, trying to follow God, and that I had a spiritual awakening in some sense of the word that relates to their specific endeavor as far as within the NA meeting, trying to get to that point of having a spiritual awakening and finding a higher power and having some hope in the future. With that being said, the meeting was closed in a timely manner. I was able to get to the end. There was announcements that people make that are on different committees within NA, and that was done in a time that we might have went 2 or 3 minutes over, but it was done in a timely manner, and everything was touched upon that needed to be touched upon before the meeting was actually concluded, and that was a good thing, and that was a tough thing to do because you don't want to cut off or make anyone feel uncomfortable or feel like that they were not giving them an opportunity to share or get something off of their minds that they needed to get off at that time. So the self-assessment part of this little assignment is my facilitation of this meeting and to evaluate my performance and the main challenges that I had. I think the main challenges that I had are the same that I'm having with this assignment now, which is something that I'm going to work on and I plan on doing better at in the future, and that is my nerves. My nerves get in my way, and it makes things very difficult. And I had to let go, and I had to let God, and I allowed, myself to get out of the way in order for what was being done in this meeting to take place and allow something greater than myself to be a part of that. I showed real interest. I think I should have had a better plan going in as far as what I was going to do or when I got into sticky situations, but I learned from that experience, and I hope that I grow from that. I wanted to talk to more members after the meeting to see how they felt about me. My conclusion and my application, the highlights were I was well received. I felt good. I felt comfortable at the end. My nerves were a bit, as I mentioned before, on edge, but at the end of the meeting, I felt really good. I was told that I did a great job and that people really had concern, for me and my future and the things that I wanted to do, as far as leading groups and to be of service to others, and their encouragement in that sense helped a lot. I need to learn how to enhance some of my leadership skills as far as maybe not cutting off, but having to stop some of the excessive talkings and some of the people that wanted to be in the spotlight. It happened a lot. I think that's probably the main thing I need to do is to be more stern and more firm in my group leading so the group doesn't get out of hand. I think that's something that I can take away from this. And I'm going to conclude this report and how my meeting went by stating that Sigmund Freud quotes, being entirely honest with oneself is good exercise. I think with being in a situation to where you have to be honest and you have to get real and you have to get open in the sense of making some progress and some growth within your personal life and any struggles that you may have encountered, being honest with yourself is ultimately the stepping stone of growth. And I look forward to experiencing more group leading and more strength and courage as I move forward. Thank you.